Hello everyone, I'm Robert Hisee. Most of you will know me, but for you that don't, I'm the UK's #1 unconscious mind therapist. And welcome to the MindKite Podcast. Wow, Eddie the Eagle. God, what a guy that is, you know. Again, talk about overcome adversity. But, you know, his parents telling him he can't do it. He had a vision. This is the mad thing of Eddie. I love this story. Eddie Eagle was a little boy and he see the Olympics. It was in his 1970s, I think, early 70s or something. He watched the Olympics and he said, it wasn't even the sport. He said, I see him, the Olympic champions walking out, or just the Olympians, with a GB tracksuit on. Can you believe that? That was where he got his first vision to be an Olympian and he was obsessed with it. He said, wow, imagine that. How it must feel to walk out and wear a tracksuit for your country. He became obsessed. He looked into swimming, high jumping, you know, like every sport he tried to figure out what he was going to be an Olympian. As a kid, like 7 years old or something, yeah?
But I didn't realise
yes, that's what a lot of people say that to me.
I didn't realise that was a technique, a standard visualisation technique.
Yeah.
But yes, when I was doing slalom, you had to go down and visualize. You had to memorize the course,
the path, yeah.
What you know, where you turn to the left, where you turn to the right, and you had to visualize yourself skiing through it and memorizing the course. And skiing down, I would memorize and visualize every type of turn, what type of turn I wanted to do, the jump, how I would feel hitting the jump, going through the air, see and feel everything that I would see and feel, and land, and I would visualize it. And that was good. That was just as good as actually being on the ski slab. I could do it at home in my bedroom.
You could feel the actual emotions.
If you've seen the movie, it's a phenomenal movie. And, you know, he couldn't get everything in the movie. He said, there's so many more stories I could fucking tell. He said, I need to do Eddie the Eagle too, because there's so much more that he'd been through. And one of them was telling me he ate from a skip. You know, you heard this in the podcast. He ate from a skip because he had no money. He'd sleep at -20 in a van. That wasn't in the film. -20 fucking degrees, skin in the back of a van. You know, it's unbelievable, determination. And it all started as a vision of being an Olympian. And then when he visualised himself as a ski jumper, Eddie weren't visualising to be the greatest. He was visualising and seeing himself the best he could be. That's all he wanted. He wanted to just be the best he could possibly be. And that was his goal. And he took himself beyond the extreme to prove to himself that's the best ski jumper he could be. Phenomenal guy. And you meet him now, he's just like a normal fella. You'd never believe it. He goes around helping plaster all the old ladies' ceilings and walls in the village for free. You know, he's a very wealthy and successful man in his own right. He's just down to earth guy. I love Eddie. I mean, what an amazing guy. So watch the film if you ain't seen it. It's phenomenal, Eddie. Yeah. So let's now have a look at Tamar Hassan. Yeah. Now, Tamar's a good friend of mine. We've got a charity together we're just opening called The Mind Soldiers. Go on Insta, Mind Soldiers, yeah? My business partner, Jamie Kerr, is an ambassador with me there. You know, we're giving a lot of love for mental health. Everything me and Jamie do, by the way, you know, is to help others. That's our aim in life. So Tamar actually done his podcast in this beautiful building in Essex called Chancery House, owned once by Elizabeth I, I believe. And we've done it just sitting over there.
Your intent has to be right.
Yes.
Because even when I've had a few problems and I couldn't pay the school fees, I'm like, fucking hell, 5 mil. I started acting, I need 5. If I had 5 mil. Fuck if I had 5 mil. If I had 5 mil. If I had 5 mil.
What I would do.
I got the 5 mil. Went in the bank. Wasn't mine. It was money that went in the bank for a film. It wasn't mine. So I got the Pacific enough. Wasn't Pacific enough. Do you know what I mean? And
Tamar's been in Hollywood. Tamar comes off my manor. So for me, I remember looking up to Tamar as a younger man, before he was famous, before he was in the movies, because he used to own, like, as we said on the podcast, he owned a Greenwich Borough Football Club. My mate, my little cousin used to box in the gym above it. You know, we'd done a lot for the community. He had nightclubs. He was a chap. He was a face. And, you know, he looked up that someone from our manor could do that and give back. He was a young man, you know, still. And to see him to go into acting and even hit Hollywood, you know. And it was just amazing to see someone from your manor, from a working class manor. I'm from Bermondsey, South London. Tamar was just round the corner in New Cross. And as he speaks about the visualizations and the pulling feeling you have to get, and you have to feel that you have it now. He's passionate about it, that you have to get into this vibration of feeling that you have it. It's very important point to make, because emotional intelligence is 350 times more powerful than academic intelligence. This is what studies show. So visualizing on the outcome, Tamar was very, staunch in that. You have to visualize, you have to own it. And he's setting the RAS system for that. You're setting the RAS system to own what you're going to have. You see it, you feel it. You don't focus on how you're going to get there. He said, when he was a kid, he said, I was doing this stuff all my life and never knew. He said, I used to visualize this bike. And he said, but you've got to be very careful what you visualize and what you ask for. And actually, he said, how you ask for it. Fucking important, how you ask, because he got the bike. He visualized like a grifter or something it was back in the day. He said, I see this bike, I really wanted it. And I got the bike. He said, I had it for a day. I think he bent the wheel or something. He said, I never see it again. Mum took it back to the shop. I never see it again. He said, but I did get the bike, but I never sustained it for longer than a day.
And I remember just manifesting this bike. I want the bike. But there was nothing in there. And I know that now. There was nothing in that want that had any substance. I just wanted the fucking bike. Yeah. I think it was to impress a bird or something. Do you know what I mean? If I get the bike, I'll nick the bird.
But he said out of all the cars he used to visualise and all the things that he wanted as a kid, all the posts on his wall, we had all of them. He said the only one he never had was Madonna. He said, but he got to meet her. So, it's as good as sitting next to her at a premiere. But you're going to see again and again these celebrities, these successful sports people, billionaires, millionaires. Everything gets made twice. They first create it inside their mind. Switch on their RAS system. There's no fucking heroic story, except for you have to take action. And you may need help with that, because action, sometimes you've got to come and have a bit of therapy to pull out a few weeds for you to be able to sustain your visualization. The law of attraction isn't fucking easy. If people read the book The Secret and think they're going to get everything they want, they're fucking delusional. It's very flimsy. I mean, the motivation, the determination is very important to what you see these guys do. The visualization creates the pull to do that, though. Sometimes we need a little push as well to be able to get a bit of motivation so we can continue the visualization. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. So myself and my good friend, the best friend and business partner, Jamie Kerr in MindKite, we're about to open a course called The Power of You, where it's going to be a mixture between me teaching you about the mind, pulling out the weeds, getting you ready in alignment, teaching you in-depth techniques on the mind, going into like some meditative states where you can get into the subconscious mind a lot deeper, so you can hit a stronger point of consciousness when you're visualizing. And then Jamie is going to kick in with the motivational skills. We're going to do lots of goal setting. He's going to teach you how to create that determination and drive and focus that you need. And we've been working on this course now for a very long while, and it's really come together, and it's going to be extraordinary. We're going to start off with just 2 days. We're going to do a 2-day course where you can come and drive to us in Essex and do the course, and we're going to do a retreat where you can stay for the 2 nights and come. And it'll include your food, your beautiful accommodation here at the beautiful Chancery House. So, if anyone's listening, listen, we're here to help, We're not rinsing people for money. We're only charging 550 quid for the 2 nights to stay with your food, accommodation. It'd be a bit cheaper. We're still working all things out at the moment, but website will be up soon. The Power of You with me and Jamie Kerr. So anyone needs a little bit of help, mate, invest in yourself, because I'm telling you, I invested every penny in myself because I'm dyslexic with ADHD. Who the fucking hell looked to me to be successful when I was in the back of the classroom with middle-class people trying to learn about the mind, feeling fucking stupid and pathetic, low self-worth, unconfident, no one in that room thought I was going to do any good, But I kept on learning and kept on learning. And what people don't do is invest in themselves. You'll invest 500 quid in a pair of fucking trainers, or a fucking 200 quid on a night out, 100 quid a week on a pack of fags, but you won't invest in yourself. fucking hell, what is wrong with them all? The Americans are well in front of us, mate. You go to California, they've all got life coaches, they've all got mentors, they're all moving forward. Let's get on the program, guys. There's nothing wrong with talking about your emotions. Me and Jamie, and MindKite team, the lot of us, we want men to speak out as well. That's why we're proper chaps off the manor. And, if we can speak out, we want to lead by example. It's okay to talk about your emotions and feelings. So in the podcast, you'll see that all of these people spoke openly about their fucking emotions and feelings, the pain, the trauma they went through. But guess what? The vision never disappeared. They still kept fucking visualizing. That kept them pulling through the hard times. It pulled them out of the dirt. Yeah? Anyone can visualize good things when they feel fucking good, can't they? It's easy. But it's when you're in times of struggle, when things are going against you, it's fucking difficult. And this is why at the Power You, we teach you then how to shut your mind down. Sometimes you have to learn how to go into like a state of, if you like to call it meditation, I'll just call it disconnecting. Yeah, because we want to be connected. We want to connect. As soon as we wake up, the human mind wants to connect. Get our fucking phones, check our texts, our emails, our faxes. Well, faxes are gone now, but emails or whatever. We check our Facebook, take a picture of your feet, you post it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is. We want to connect. The radio, the news. Listen, your brain can't cope. You need to disconnect. And when you go to sleep, don't think you're disconnecting. That's like standby on a computer. You put on standby, you woke up, it runs the same fucking program. You need to be able to close your eyes, disconnect from the world into a place of no time, space. You enter the quantum world, yeah? You can't be successful without understanding tiny parts of the quantum world. It's impossible. If you understand it or not, you have to use it, I should say. And you can disconnect those voices from yourself, and then you can go into a deeper state of consciousness. It's really important. And as I say, if you don't know how to do that, we're here to help. You're always welcome to throw us an inbox and we'll give you some information on it. So next up, I want to talk about Aaron Kraskel and my good friend Dan O'Reilly, Dapper Laughs. Both very similar stories, but different. See, the content can seem different, but the process was fucking black and white. They both visualize at night. They've both visualized so much that their reticular activating system throws ideas in their mind for them now. They don't need to think about it, they pop up. They have dreams. They actually dream. They fall asleep and have a dream of their next day's skit they're going to do, they're going to put together. They wake up, they write it down, and they start, the ideas flashing in their head when they wake up as well, he said. They both had that, because they've both visualised their goals.
It just comes naturally. I don't know what it is. When it comes to that, what do you say? Do you see like the gimmicks? You see the actual props?
I see it all. I see the video. So I don't even have to write out. I don't have to write videos. I just have them all in my mind.
So I know exactly playing. It's like
already playing. Because a lot of my stuff's visual. It's not. Some of my stuff is quite. When I'm doing obviously public stuff and all that, and I've got the scripts. But again, we just go off the cuff with them. I've got the video already edited in my mind, 100%.
So what Dapper said is, Dapper and Aaron both said, they visualise the characters in their mind, what they're going to do. Aaron don't write nothing down. It's all done in his mind. Like Aaron goes for more of the, what do you call it? It's not shock, it's a reaction. All Aaron Kraskel actually does unconsciously is get a reaction from other people. Don't matter what he does, if he's shouting out a name or if he's fucking got a fart machine or whatever the fuck he's doing, he's only trying to get a reaction because that's what people found funny. So he'd just get mad reactions out of people and people find it hilarious. And it's very clean, where Dapper's the other end. He's more for the adult, the sex, drugs, rock and roll type of guy. And, swearing, sexist, it's funny. Like I said, you've got to have that humour. It's hilarious. So they've got two different humours, but their processes are the same. One's doing it for clean, light, fun, stupid, silly stuff. He's doing it for more well-processed, thought-out, sarcastic, taking a piss, pattern breaking, as we'd call it. When he does his two characters, I don't know if anyone's seen Dapper Laughs, they follow him, but the guys that do, he's hilarious, He done, I forgot what he calls the two guys, them over their back fence, and they're talking about COVID and stuff, and he said he visualises the beards, their faces, how they're going to look. Kid Frankie, I read that idea, Kid Frankie is from the film The Business, what Tamar starred in, he put the Kid Frankie, and he was selling, it's like a pattern break. Comedy is a pattern break. It's when something should go a certain way, but you break the pattern and it doesn't. So he's acting like he's a little gangster Kid Frankie, but he sells sherbet. So he's acting like a drug dealer. It's funny, straight. You find it witty straight away. Yeah, I got the sherbet dabs here, brother. It's the sherbet dabs and all that. You can't help but laugh because he's acting like a school kid being a drug dealer. It's funny. It's just no reason why, because it's a pattern break. That's what humour is. It's a pattern break.
Normally, where the great sketches would come to me is when I go to bed. That my mind would start nagging me on, picking up on all the things that I'd seen on the internet that day, and I'd wake up. I'd always wake up at a weird time. Normally it's about 3:15. It'd be somewhere in between 3 and 3:15. I don't know why that is, yes. But it's like my mind, it's like that's when my mind's like had enough of it and it's like, wake up, man, you've got to write this down. And so I'd always wake up and I'd be like, I'd just lie there and I'd be like, well, how can I interpret what I'm finding funny into a sketch? And what it was then was I was like thinking about myself and what other men had said, and you know, everyone started drinking beer by about 12 o'clock. Do you know what I mean? On lockdown, the fucking missus had everyone trying to do Joe Wicks and do the Joe Wicks workout. And I just really love, so I start making myself laugh by visualizing this conversation. How can the conversation happen? So then I create the two characters in my head, and then I'll picture it in my mind, what they're both saying and the argument there, or what they're saying to each other. And I wanted them both to be terrified of their partners.
Them two really were very similar, but they're both visionaries. They both visualise every day. Now, I'd say in business, Dapper's more visionary than Aaron. Aaron visualises his skits and his comedy and sticks to it. Dapper, he's a big visionary. You see Dapper acting stupid and fucking about all the time, mate. You take that camera away from him, he can be serious, mate. He's fucking serious. He's a very intelligent, good businessman. And he's very focused on businesses, opportunities. He's looking for them. He's set his RAS system to create, and he knows exactly how to get the best out of his audience. The Dapper Laughs beer, what's it called? A Barrel of Laughs. Amazing. I believe he's got some other products coming out. He's got a beautiful home, a beautiful house. And he's got loads of other businesses that he's got that are flying. He's just got a club with another one of our friends, and a couple of them have gone in on a club in, I think it's Clapham. And it's amazing what he's done already. And I feel sorry for him this year because COVID has sort of just stopped the year. He's got the club, but I know it's going to be a success because Dan's a big visionary. Now, back to Aaron Kraskel. Dan's a visionary in different things. He loves different, loads of different businesses. He's very financially successful. But I think he's just under 1 million followers on Instagram. And looking at Aaron, who's just focused on the one thing and hyper-focused, he's got 15 million social media followers on it, over all these platforms, together. So some of them might have been the same people on different platforms, who knows? But overall, his Twitter, his TikTok, his Instagram, his Facebook, it's about 15 million. I know he's got nearly 5 million on Instagram, 6.5 or something, 6.8 on Facebook. He's got a huge following. But, he just sticks every day. He's on the same vision. He's obsessed with it. And he's very successful at what he does. There's no wrong or right who's one's got more followers than the other one. One's got more businesses than the other one. It doesn't matter. It's where they're applying it. It doesn't matter what or why. It's how. They're both doing the same thing. And if Aaron wants to take wants to visualize what he does and takes that into other businesses and he can do the same. But he chooses to do what he does. That does what he does, and it's interesting to see that it doesn't matter about the content of both of them. Unconsciously, where they're successful, they're both visualising, they're both obsessed with it, they think about it all the time, and the thoughts just keep coming. Once they've set their filter, they're creating all the time. They're creators, they're being what they're meant to be. Both of them are shit at school. Both of them are fucking useless at school. They hated school. I think Aaron might have finished. I think that might have left a bit early. I'm not sure. Can't remember. But I know they both were no good at school. Disruptive, if you like. They both were fucking about in class, getting told off for being stupid and silly, and probably got ADHD like me. I'd fucking put me money on it. They have, right? But they're funny fuckers, and they're both lovely, lovely fellas. So it's great to work with them as well. And then there's our good pal Tom Skinner. I love Tom. He's a cheeky chap from Romford, he's a Cockney like myself. I've really got a lot of time for him. And with Tom, what a worker, you know, what a hard worker. This is about motivation, and, you know, what these all guys are doing the same. A lot of motivation, that determination through vision of what he wants for his life, for his businesses being as big as they are, you know. He's just bought a Bentley. He's doing amazing, Tom. He's the loveliest down-to-earth guy you ever meet. He jumps in the van every morning, he's up at 4 o'clock, he's out. He's a grafter. He loves it. He thrives on it. And the story with Tom was quite funny, the market trading stories and you know, the wittiness of some of the little ups and downs and the little cheeky things he got up to at school, like you heard in the podcast. Another visionary.
I see your new motor today. It's beautiful, the Bentley.
Yeah, mate.
How does that feel, owning that, coming from?
Love it, mate. It's better than the old vans we've been driving about with for years.
You've always wanted one?
Always wanted a Bentley since I was a kid. And look, I'm not sounding flashy at all, but I bought a brand new Audi Q8 a few months ago, which is worth 3 times as much, But it's something about that Bentley that I've been looking at them for ages, and I thought, can I afford it? Can I afford it? Can I afford it? And I thought, do you know what? I've worked bloody hard.
You have, yeah.
I ain't stopped grafting. I'm up 4 every morning. I'm going to treat myself.
With Tom, you don't notice the vision as much, don't talk about it as much, but you notice the hard work. But what causes him to work hard is the vision of the things he wants in life. You know, the business being that big, you know, the nice cars, he's always visionary. He's a big visionary. But you notice the drive in that guy, the hard work, you know, which you see in all of them. But it's the vision, again, what will create that pulling feeling. If you have to push yourself to do something, it ain't going to work. If you've got a pushing feeling, you've got to push yourself to the gym in the morning, it ain't going to work. You're going to push yourself to get out of bed, ain't working. But if you create a vision of your own business, your own goals, your own outcomes, it ain't got to be financially, it can be spiritually, it can be emotionally, whatever your fucking goals are, create them inside your mind. Everything gets made twice. And I think for a lot of people listening, the main thing to take out of this, some of the big points are, first of all, you can only think how you feel. There's never been a human being in 2 million years, while experiencing the emotion of sadness, could make a happy thought. If you feel sad, you make sad thoughts. That's how it works, you know. If you feel anxious, your brain checks in with the body and starts to go, you're feeling fucking anxious right now, you know. And you want to make correspondent thoughts with me, you can do as you're fucking told. So now you start making worried thoughts, something bad's going to happen, I might die of cancer, like whatever the fucking anxiety you have, you're going to start making correspondent thoughts with it. But if you can visualise and you can change the emotions inside your body, and you can practice that, because remember, the visualisations ain't the key, it's the emotion that it gives you that's the key. The emotion of the visualisation, that is the fucking key, that is the true key. When you visualise, you create the emotion that you want. You create the feelings inside your body. You're changing the chemical reactions. You actually become a different fucking person within a few seconds. You start to feel differently. You start to sit. Your neurology changes. Powerful. So powerful. So if you haven't got a goal, fucking get a goal. If you need help, come and join us at The Power of You. We're here for you. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into the MindKite Podcast. I really appreciate your time listening in. We've put a lot of hard work into this. We really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you take a lot away from the podcast and today's talks. And there's so much more to come at MindKite, yeah? So much more. So stay tuned and we'll see you soon. Thank you very much.